Rue?
Now I see myself building up a world of bridges. Bum, ratata. Welcome back, everyone. So we had a little bit of a slight delay this
I
evening,
just
but
woke
that's all
up.
right. At least your lip gloss is popping, girl.
It is. It's a
Dang.
nice gloss, yeah.
We have a
Um,
guest as well, as you can see.
yeah, he's currently using my microphone pop filter as a scratching post because he exists
Hmm.
only for things around him to be used to make him happy. Um, I had to put him outside yesterday during something I did, so he might be a little upset with me, but that's okay.
Oh, baby.
Um, yeah,
So yeah, you guys, we do have some news from
we
this
do have
last
some
week. We
foods.
have some topics to cover. We have some updates coming from national finals. We have some more news on the internal selection songs. But yeah, we're just gonna be touching. We're gonna be touching heavily on a couple of these things, and we are
Mm-hmm.
going to let the anticipation stew for another couple of these things. But with that said, Lily lives. Do you want to show us a comment from Lori
Oh,
Francis?
sorry. I just saw this. I was like, ooh, Alabama. So yes, hello, Lori Francis. Welcome. Good
Welcome.
afternoon, y'all. Birmingham, Alabama here. It is exciting how much news is coming out this week. Slovenia and the Dutch artist being named. I think I just saw somewhere that the
Hmm.
Luxembourgish competitors will be named as
Oh yeah.
well
Oh yeah. I just saw that too.
tomorrow. I was like,
Uh huh.
ooh. So we're going to be a busy little beat next week.
Hmm.
And then we have Georgios Papadopoulos. Hello,
Hello,
Georgios.
Georgios. Welcome back.
Our loyal friend in Germany.
Hmm.
And then we also have Peter Hadachir as well. So hello, Peter.
Peter.
Welcome to the stream. I was supposed to say welcome, and I'm like Duolingo brain.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, like Germany is. It's kind of a topic today, a
Yeah,
little bit.
Germany is kind of a topic today. But before we get there, could you go over Elda's article we just
Oh, yes,
posted?
of course. So, you guys, on the site, we have a couple more articles up, and that includes the national finals explained, Dansk Melodi Grand Prix. As some of you may know, Denmark and Norway have a similar sounding title for their national final, which is Melodi Grand Prix. What sets Denmark apart is that they have Dansk at the beginning of it, so you can tell that it's the Danish national final. But with that said, Elda's article, it is great. It touches on some of the best Danish hits from back in the day, from the last century. It shows the intricacies.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
he has such a deep voice.
He does, doesn't he? I'm so sorry.
No, that's
He doesn't
fine.
want me to put him down right now.
It shows some of the intricacies of the Danish music industry kind of coming into this millennium, how that momentum slowed a little bit as we went into the later years of
Hmm.
the 2010s and so on, and how in the last within like the last 3 year span, I believe it was, we did receive a song also with heavy Greenlandic influence. Totally amazing article. Great way to describe the Danish music industry in its heyday and now. Go ahead, check that out. And we also have Alicia Michelle's article, Can
Hmm.
Czechia Make an Impact at ESC 2024? And this article especially stresses this article especially stresses how the Czech Republic seeks quality over quantity. We we're going
Yeah,
to talk about the Czech Republic
we are going to
today.
talk about Czech Republic
We're
today,
going to talk about
baby.
that today.
That's happening. Honestly,
Woo!
I like their national finals like a budget national final, and I'm
They're
like
trying new
I'm
stuff.
into it.
They keep trying new stuff, you know?
I'm
I
into
can't
it.
dock them for that.
Like it's a budget final. Like
Yeah.
let's talk about the oh my god, the Czechs national final. So we had four acts compete. Oh no, why did I say four?
7.
Seven. I can't count. Seven acts compete
Mhm.
during the show on Monday, like a week ago, basically. Um, it was live. I maybe wouldn't have done that myself. Um, and the voting I think is still open. I don't know. I'm so behind.
um
I've been sick, y'all. I've basically been bedridden for the last week. So yeah,
yeah, so you got that nice rasp in your voice.
I do. It sounds like it.
This
Whenever I'm sick like this, my mother goes, "Ooh, you should take up smoking." Um,
I mean, I would not advise that. But hey, in a pinch.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys.
Sorry,
So
that's my
yeah.
way of saying my family hates my voice.
Oh gosh. Honestly, same though.
Yeah.
But as you said, we did see 7 songs performed at the Czech national final, which was hosted by Adam, if you remember
Oh my
him.
gosh.
Oh, dang, that was.
Adam. Adam,
Oh,
Adam,
Adam.
Adam.
Oh, Adam. I honestly think he should have been breathalyzed before anything, but
You know
uh,
what? Why not show up? No, why not show up to work drunk? Like, what's stopping you? It's like Anderson Cooper during the ball drop. It's like, who let the daddies get drunk? Okay, go off.
it's like, if you're gonna have 6 proseccos, then please have at least like a pint and a half of water. But
no, let him go.
well, Adam
Oh,
was having
Georgios,
fun.
thank you, Georgios. I feel much better.
Thank you,
I can actually
Georgios.
talk today.
Yes.
So that's a
60
bonus.
HP. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm like, what? Yeah, no.
So
That was
among like with these 7 songs, there when you say budget national final, I would say that a huge part of why we can call it budget is because of the audio issues. Woo, dang! Like that was kind of a
Aria.
challenge to listen through.
I love
to.
Aria. Aria is honestly hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
ESCZ was paid with 6 blunts, and he smoked them all in one go before the show. That explains the rasp in his voice.
I
And
mean,
honestly, like there was probably
mood.
like some keef and some hash up in like at least 3 of those joints. But
yeah.
Well, sound
You know
mixing
how
was
to
off.
That's the word for it. Like it was like there were some situations. I wanted to start by saying Lili was fabulous. Loved her. She was great.
My gosh.
I'm usually not a fan of that kind of song. Not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of like a piano ballad that's like really heartfelt. That's not the word I should say. And that like this isn't my favorite genre, basically. I do love the fact though that like lyrically it was mirrored with the musical, like the way the song was composed. They kind of had that, that shy hopefulness at the very beginning, building up to strength. Why are you splashing me? Building up to like, what's the word? Like building up to like more confidence. And you could hear that in the music along with hearing it in the lyric. So I really did think her performance was great, but that mix was off for her. It's like she was sitting on top, but then also buried at some points. I was just like, who was doing it? Did you guys not do a sound check? Like,
yeah, like the timbre in her voice, I feel like was just so dissonant from the track and just kind of like the acoustics of the room. And that has to do with the mixing because she didn't sound off key. It just sounded like the timbre in her voice wasn't like it wasn't quite pitched correctly in the microphone. Whatever the case may have been, it just didn't seem quite final product to me. The performance.
I just like she was fab. I mean, to be fair, no one felt final product. That's product. It's the Czech national final, baby. Like one of my favorite venues to go to, like for a concert here. It's about the same size and layout as the Roxy. Like it's honestly uncanny how similar they are. It's like an upper balcony floor, and then it's got like your main floor. And like there's a bar on the main floor. And I've seen my favorite act there so many times at this point, like 3 or 4 times. And I mean, he got a sound check and he sounded fine. He's also like, I don't know. Yeah. The only live instrument really is his guitar. So it's a little weird. But other than that, like, just I need to think about that conversation at one point. But yeah, no, I've been to venues the same size as that. What was happening with that mixing?
It felt rushed. It felt like the whole organization of just the sound equipment was rushed.
And it's not like the situation at UMK, the one year where they just decided just to have Sarah Alto sing 3 songs, where they were giving us the studio, like the venue feed for some reason. It wasn't that, because it wasn't giving us like venue. It was really weird mixing. I hate bad mixing.
Yeah, and that was the whole show, sadly.
Yeah, but I don't know. Should we talk about? We talked about Lenny. Do you want to start at the beginning and work our way down?
Yeah. So, you guys, we hope you saw the national final because we both definitely.
There's people being spicy. There's people being spicy.
There's people being spicy.
Oh yeah, like Georgios Papadopoulos. If I showed up drunk at my part-time store at the movies, they would kick me out immediately. Yeah, I
Oh
believe
no,
that.
same. I would I would get kicked out too, but Adam was on camera.
I mean, I had a job where they used to give us alcohol and then be like, "Oh, you can go back to work." I'm like, I'm not drinking at work. That sounds like a trap.
Yeah, it
Also,
absolutely is a trap.
I can't drink. Like if I do one shot, I'm done for the night. Randy, hi guys. The day when Czechia is worse than Malta is really disturbing.
I'm holding out. I'm holding out hope. Maybe Lorindy, we might have some promise still.
I think here's the thing. You have to think of these songs as demos.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna guess it and have a lot of rehearsal time. But they
as soon as they got the email, they were handed a microphone and they were just told, go.
You are on, go. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, yeah, let's go down the songs so that so that the viewership understands all of who suffered through this bad mixing, but despite all of that, one of them will make through to Eurovision. So
yeah, let's just kind of go
alphabetically.
Quickly, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I go Pedestal.
Song has promise, and she was putting on a show.
Yeah.
Was it the best vocal performance I've ever had in my life? No. Do we have like 7 months to get that together? Yes. Or however many months? What is it? 6 months?
6
almost?
Months,
yeah. To get that together? Yes, we do. I thought that she was charismatic. She had a good play with the crowd. She had a good play with the camera at the same time. It was kind of giving me budget Hayley Williams. But budget Hayley Williams is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing at all.
I like the playfulness of doing like the pop punk song with female empowerment just because it's a good song. I think that it has a good structure. We've got plenty of time to clean that up and get that together as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no. And with the full budget of the other thing is the Czechs know how to polish something up and get it together pretty well once they have a song chosen. So I don't hate it. I think it's also on trend, I feel like, too. It's giving me that Olivia Rodrigo thing.
I was just about to say that, actually. It's a very Olivia Rodrigo's like first record. Like
I can see
back when she was like in her Deja Vu era type stuff. Yeah.
It's kind of that same ilk there. And I think that's a sound that a lot of people my age appreciate because that's the sound from our youth. I wonder how old she is. She might be like the same age as me-ish. So I don't hate it. We got time to get that together. I think it's not bad.
Yeah, it definitely has Eurovision promise, and in a realistic sense, with the right angles and stuff, I could see that going to the final. It does have some like seeds in it that could bring it to a pretty decent results, I think, and it was one of the front runners, I believe, before the selection itself. It was the entry that had the greatest amount of hype behind it, or at least that's what I saw in my feed. So yeah, best of luck to Aiko.
I mean, like when I looked back, like let's back to her old discography, I was like, okay, this is the one I want. I'm most interested in personally because she made music I'm interested in. So Aria Winning Sun, Pedestal is a good song, but who on God's green earth decided to put her in that bodysuit and do that level of choreography? Chanel wore that same bodysuit, didn't she, at one point? It looks like very similar to the one that Chanel had on for a couple of like performances.
It looked like the one that she had for the Turin. Was it the Benidorm one that was like shiny, or the Turin one that was more shiny? Like I can't even remember.
Didn't she have two different bodysuits at Benidorm? One was black, one was white.
Yeah, you're right. I remember.
I want to say it's not. Which, number one, good, whatever. It's the same bodysuit, and also she was giving body. Like, I'm not upset about the bodysuit. It looked the cutout, like the sheer bit of paneling in it. It was giving what it needs to give. She looked great.
And the choreography was hitting too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love the choreography. Like, I thought that was just fun.
Also, like, she was part of the problem. Why? I've been trying not to bleach my hair all week, so yeah. Let me see here.
An ongoing battle.
Every day I look at myself and go, Maybe I should bleach my hair again. Maybe. I think I shouldn't. I need to not have bleach in my house. That's what I need to do. Lauren D says best song butchered a bit. Okay.
Okay.
I
mean that's fair. This was probably the most cantankerous national final that we might get this month. So
okay, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
And then Aria Winning said again, it has potential. However, the staging needs a very drastic changing. I agree with that.
You can argue that with any of the Czech artists. I personally would say
everyone's staging needs to be changed, but it's like it was like here to have some dancers.
It's like okay, and a circle. Everyone got a circle.
Everyone did get a circle. I just this was not staging. This was a little bit it's like, hey, I'm gonna put a performance on at the like local bar. I don't know what to say. Not bar, like concert.
It's like,
video.
Hey, usually slam poetry is read here, but you know what? we're gonna put on a whole show.
I'm sorry. Aria sent another comment, and I have to because yes. Can we talk about the camera was glued to that one lady in the crowd for several songs?
Yes, Aria, thank you for bringing that up because I felt so bothered for her. I felt
she was the winner
so
of the
bothered.
Night. Oh gosh,
because like sometimes she was like, "Yay!" like this song, and other times she wasn't feeling it as much, and you could tell she was not making eye contact with the camera. It was like, "Get that off me," and I just felt bad for her sometimes.
I think she worked for the delegation.
That would explain why she knew the lyrics to a couple of those songs too.
Yeah, it was just like I
want to say there were like maybe 7 people that the cameraman was like saw as the only audience members.
I don't know. I was down with her. Like let her live. Like I just I feel like oh my gosh. I feel like she was the real winner of the night.
She was, yeah.
She was.
She is the Czech Republic.
Oh my gosh. So you want to talk about the next one? We've kind of been on this one for a bit.
Yeah. So the song, the third song that we should talk about is Ellie's "The Angel's Share."
That title was clunky.
It is. Yeah.
Also, that structure of that song, like she sounded good. I'm not gonna lie. I was into it for like the verse, and then the chorus hit. I'm like, you lost me, babe. You lost me.
For me, the title plus the song itself plus the performance gives very much like Chinese grocery store ballad. I don't know how else to put it. Like so if anyone here has been to like an Asian market, specifically a Chinese market, they have like these really like belty ballads that occasionally are like electronic every so often. And they sound like this and they have titles like this. It is very Chinese to me, this song, in a way I really just can't explain otherwise. I didn't like the song. Her performance was fine. I found it kind of draining.
Oh my gosh. Like Chinese grocery store. I don't think I've ever been inside of a Chinese grocery store.
I say that with fondness. I say that with fondness because Chinese grocery stores, I grew up going to them, so yeah. But yeah, it's very Chinese grocery store, not in a way that makes me want to like buy the best fish.
I don't know. Like
what are your thoughts? I need to stop droning on this.
Because I'm just like my Asian grocery store doesn't play like anything besides just like top 40 radio from like 1998.
It's all Asian music at the Asian markets here.
I'm missing an experience here. I have to go talk to Fresh World about that. Or even if I go to because the one time if I go to the Vietnamese grocery store, I feel like it's Vietnamese pop music a lot of the time, which I'm down with. As we established last week. For some reason, Vietnamese pop music ruled my life. Yeah, it was just here we go. I liked the build up, but it was too late, similar to Ready to Show.
I can see that comparison and why it makes sense.
As can I. And
the build up is just we waited too long for it. And you have 3 minutes to get it right in the Eurovision canon.
The build up just felt like, oh, here's some EDM. I'm like, okay. You know?
It didn't feel earned.
There were ideas. There were ideas there. Lauren D says Ellie's song is too predictable and overused. It's the kind of product we could hear a lot. She needs better progression, structure, and impactful story-wise staging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just felt kind of weird. It's like we have these like interpretive, like modern dancers kind of going on during the verses.
Yeah.
Kind of giving what they were doing. And then like for the chorus, like doing that jump up and down hype man EDM DJ dancing.
That
And I'm
you
just
could
like,
I got completely lost at that point. Like for whatever
okay.
energy I felt, it was I lost it there.
All right. I feel like Angel's Share is one of the front runners. I'm not trying to be rude, but I do not understand why. Europeans
At the
like
moment, I
EDM.
really don't either. And they also kind of like operatic pop style, but even operatic is quite generous. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's like a kind of like a classical voice a bit, like
Classical,
a
yeah, that's
classical
better.
style.
Uh-huh.
But like it wasn't bad. It just like it just didn't have like a build that felt like it was right.
It didn't have like a a victory about it. It
Yeah.
didn't feel competitive at all. It kind of felt like it was there to be a song, not to like represent the Czech Republic. It kind of felt like filler a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Um here, Georgios. Papadopoulos, I agree. It wasn't horrible or something, but for now, it's a no, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't hate it. There's potential, but there's nothing about it that makes me go, yeah, that's gonna qualify.
Yeah, and to
Even
be
like
honest,
with
oh no,
all the
yeah, go ahead.
polishing
Sorry.
I can think of and putting on all the bells and whistles, because again, we have time to get this together.
Mhm.
There's something it doesn't have an it factor.
Yeah, the soil is not fertile, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about Angel Share? Also, I
I do
wanted to
not.
say shout out to the Czech Republic for bringing Cesar Sampson back because that is a
Right? Oh
beautiful
my gosh.
man. And every time I got to see his face, my day got a little better. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, he's by far one of the most beautiful men that we've ever had in the contest, and that will.
His face is
Oof.
just so pretty. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. That was just I had to go off on
No,
that for a
thank
little
you.
bit
That's a
because
perfect plug. Cesar, if you ever want to like get a feature on our site, like we
oh
will
my
always listen
gosh.
to you. So
Oh, I would love to talk to him.
right. Oh.
All right, who do you want to talk about next year?
I want to talk next about the other like so we might have my favorite do nothing girly of the year.
Oh my
So
god.
so Gianna Lei came out here with Starlet, and poor girl was so nervous. She was so off key. She was so lacking in energy. I love her. Like
Me too.
this is a girl fresh out of university. She had just written this song. She felt really good about it and then got intimidated by the big stage. That's all right, cuz you know what? There are girls like Elisa in Estonia who will have a do nothing song and it'll be the bop of the year. Girl, like this is
Here,
it's everything for me. Like I love it. I love it.
here's my thing. I want to hear the studio version of that
Yeah, I mean,
because it
like
was
me
clear she was
too.
scared.
Yeah,
It
she
was
was
clear she was
terrified.
nervous.
She was terrified.
So I think her voice wasn't gonna be doing what it needed to do,
Mhm.
but I feel like the song had potential.
Yeah, I like
There's
the
something
song.
about that song, the structure, the lyrical content.
Mhm.
There's something about that song that has something special in it. Again, we have time to get this together and to get her some more
Yes.
confidence.
Mhm.
And like to get her more stage presence. We've got the time.
Mhm.
And I'm happy to give it to her. There's something about that song that draws me to it. Like Starlight, there's something about it, like the structure, kind of like the way it goes from the chorus, the versus the chorus.
Mhm. It feels like it was professional at one point.
It's not. I think honestly, it was her fear who got the better of her. I
Mhm.
really need to get to listen to the studio cut of that because I can see that being like my what was that Lisa song last year? Oh my god,
Bad philosophy.
yes, I can see that being my bad philosophy of the year.
I so far it is the bad philosophy of the year.
I
So
can see
far,
that
this
being my
is the
bad
disaster
philosophy.
bop to me, which isn't a disaster in the studio, or at least that's the faith I have. Because
Yeah,
bad
like it's
philosophy
like
was fine in the studio, and it gave nothing live. But
yeah,
that's why we love it.
yeah. No, it's just yeah. I feel
You're
like
right though. Like Starlet, it has that promise. It has just a characteristic about it that is just like there is some star power within you.
this is so. Kariatu is like my third most streamed song on Spotify history.
Baby, not
Number one,
I love Kadiatu as well.
I love her name. Like, there's a thing. Kadiatu is a nickname for Khadija and Wolf. And I have a sister with the same name. And there's a thing. Anyone named Kadiatu is hot. Or it's just law. It's just like written in stone. Just certain names suit hotness, and that's one of them. I'm just that was good, and I totally get that. Let me see. Save It's my top 5 listened songs every year since 2020.
Sometimes like a bop can just exist as a bop that just happened to be in a national final.
So you know
Sometimes
what?
It's just radio pop. Yeah.
So yeah, I could totally see Starlet being that song for me. Like Gianna Lee, I feel like you're gonna get a lot of streams from this chat here. I feel like it.
And keep it going, girl, because your voice is nice. Like don't let anything defeat you. If you don't win this national selection, if you're disappointed with the way you performed, it doesn't matter. It has no bearing over your actual talent, which I mean, we really do look forward to, because this song, it caught our attention.
Yeah, it did. And it's like I said, like at least they brought us Fire that one year. And they came back with Bad Philosophy, which is one of the best songs ever made, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because all you need is 15 minutes, some high school box steps, and 4 men with guitars to produce one of the Estonian legends, to produce one of the Estonian songs of all time.
Gianna Lee, I know you're also of Swiss descent.
Oh, is she Swiss?
Switzerland. Yeah,
nice.
She was born in Switzerland. If the Swiss want you, they can also have you. Like, you've got 2 places to dip into, and you live in the UK.
Yeah,
like,
you're a passport girl.
I believe in you, hon. I believe in you.
Yeah, we definitely do. Keep it going. Keep it going, definitely.
Exactly. And that's another thing Randy says. I would love to see her redemption arc someday. She's really young and she's got time. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%. Like,
it could be a Gianna Lei year. As far as we know, it could be Prague 26.
I would be down with Prague 2026.
That'd be fun.
Heck yeah.
Czechia is cheap.
Czechia is cheap. The food is good. Okay, like, I don't know about you. I had
Prague is like a party city too.
Not
like party city, but I mean it's a party city.
I haven't been there in so long that
I've never been there.
Tell you.
Filipino food is really weird, like good for some reason. I heard it's some of the best in Europe, which is surprising to me, but not quite surprising because Catholics.
Okay, you know what?
Well, let's move on to the next song.
Yeah, we cannot have Eurovision in Switzerland. We can't do it. I refuse.
I feel like watching it would, like, online there would be a paywall, but
God. But I do want to be a Swiss cow on Descent Day. That's my dream.
You want to be a Swiss cow on Descent Day? Is that what you said?
They're gonna wear flower hats and they come down the mountain when they bring them down from pasture. Oh, it's my favorite thing. I have a whole thing about like cows. I love cows, but like,
send me some TikToks because that's probably what I would like to see.
Oh my gosh, my friend had a wedding in Switzerland during Descent season, and I'm just like, did you not go look at the cows? Like, she's like, no, I was getting married. I'm like, I understand, Kim, but the cows.
There's no other reason to go.
Oh no, she lives there now, so someone's got money. All right, let's go ahead. Who's next?
Måneskin, I want to be a slave. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Midi with Red Flag Parade.
Okay. Was that a clarinet on stage?
I believe it was. I believe that was a clarinet that we saw.
I'm not hearing clarinet in this song.
No, I'm hearing punchy bass. I'm hearing percussion.
Yeah, I'm not even hearing like what type of drums are those? Not toms.
It's not snare drum, is it?
Yes, those were snares. Those look like marching snares. You're right. Those
I don't know instrumental anatomy that well, you guys. I'll be honest.
Now I can foresee my band teacher from like middle school coming and screaming at me, being like, "Did I teach you nothing?" Um,
And here you are in 2023, having
I'm
been
like,
taught
sorry,
nothing.
sir. I'm one of the few students who was in your class that was like in my friend group who didn't become a band teacher. I hate to disappoint you. Yeah. Let's see here. Commentary. Red Flag Parade also has the most potential staging potential, is what Arya
I
says.
agree with that.
And My Night is the only song I can that can stay in its current non-revamped studio version and would qualify, and no one can change my mind about that. It was very campy.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very camp.
Like the outfitting was quite camp.
Yes.
It was giving me kind of a mix of, and I hate to bring this up again, but Måneskin and Beychella, if you remember Beyonce's performance at Coachella 2018, kind of like the
No, I'm gonna disagree hard with that. And the main reason why I'm gonna disagree hard with that is because this was giving me white marching band. So we're gonna let me get into marching band situation.
Forgive me. Now I understand why you're making this point, but please continue.
This is a conversation. This is actually a conversation I had with Alicia Michelle at one point, because we were like, because like she's not, she's more familiar with like black marching bands than I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm more familiar. Well, I'm familiar with both, but I'm more familiar with like white marching band culture,
Mm-hmm.
and this was definitely giving me white marching band culture, white marching band kids specifically, because we like to sing and act crazy, and like what happens in the band bus stays in the band bus, and I think they met at band camp.
Oh, MIDI might have they met at band camp. That would make sense for their chemistry, because their chemistry on stage was like they were great, and also the choreography, like it kind of hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and let me see here. Didn't want to curse. Okay. Yeah, I'm not that's my thing. I don't like the whole like beeping sound instead of saying the word bitch. I get it, you can't swear at Eurovision, but like just say bitch.
It's the national final. It's the Czech national final. Just say
bitch. Come on. Lie to me. Lie to me was what? That had cussing in it, right? Goddamn.
Yeah, goddamn. They literally said goddamn.
Yeah.
And then there's Lisa Ajax. I don't give a. And then you know, just do it. It's the national final.
I hate that song. I will never get over how much I hate that song. No, honestly, I'm like, just swear at the national final, please. Mm-hmm. This little cutesy like thing, it was kind of giving me pick me, because I couldn't quite tell if she was talking about herself having the red flags, or if it was like, you shouldn't date that girl, she has red flags.
To me, it kind of came off as that girl, not so much myself. That's the signal that I received.
Okay, I couldn't tell, and I was just like, I don't want to listen to something that's gonna pick me ish. Not into that. But like, if it's put on as a performance, kind of like more playfulling up, like, hey, these are my red flags. I like that idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the fact that they were all dressed in red like that helped kind of bolster it a little bit. It was the most spectacle. Like, it was the performance with by far the most spectacle out of the bunch. And that was a huge part of their investment. I remember during like their little postcard, I guess, segment that they were having with Caesar, they were talking about how important it is to provide that visual aspect. And like, I admire that.
And like, they were confident. They definitely felt them. Like, they felt like they were the most comfortable with the stage. I know they tour a lot, and so I can see them being like, this is like the kind of venue they play the most often, like the size venue. And so like, there was definitely a confidence on stage, but like that beeping just took me out of it completely.
Yeah, it was odd. I can't disagree with that. And if you guys hear me clearing my throat often, it's because I'm reminded that the next song we're talking about is Tom Shawn's Dopamine Overdose.
Oh my God, girl.
And when it comes to having a hoarse voice, here's Lili, here's myself, and then we have the master. We have the master of the hoarse voice.
All right, just to highlight Aria winning Sun one more time. My Day is basically one of the two songs where the crowd wasn't entirely dead for the whole song.
Yeah, they had that magnetic quality for the crowd. Yeah, and that means a lot for a Eurovision act. That means literally everything. So yeah,
there's potential there. I think my biggest issue with it is maybe if it was staged a little differently, I'd be more into it. But yeah.
They just need un poquito más dinero, you know? They need a little more cash to really put it up there.
I'm sorry. Peter Hadich, he said it already. And that sweat on your body is sweet like
Woo!
teriyaki.
I literally had to like stand up, get off the couch, walk into the hallway, leave the room, and just like not look at the TV for a second.
I
Like,
was.
is that actually a lyric? Like, did I actually hear that correctly?
Let me tell you, I did film a first reaction when I was watching the show.
Mhm.
I had to
Oh,
edit
God.
still, and I was stuck when I heard "Sweat on Your Body, Sweet Like Teriyaki." Every one of these songs had like a lyric in it that was like, "What is happening?" But
Mhm.
that one was the one that was like, "No, no, no."
So this shirtless man, he gave us, I want to say, kind of like an EDM-ish, techno pop-ish song. Give me another genre, because I feel like I'm missing a really critical one.
It's giving me a little bit. It wants to be man slut, but it wasn't quite man slutty enough. If you get what I mean, like it
Yeah.
wanted to be like Huina. Was that Huinama from
Hoidamo-
UMK?
Yeah, UMK
Yeah.
last year, Benjamin. Yeah.
It was trying to give that, but they went for EDM instead of like sleazy, sexy club music. They went for the lights full on blast in the club, which no one wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was giving like
As in, like, someone's drink looks suspicious. We're turning these lights on.
no, not even that. It's like Christian school dances. Like at Christian schools, they had the lights on full blast in the gym because they don't want you touching each other. Like if it was like if it went for like a darker kind of atmosphere, which I think they wanted to do because like the stage, like the way the staging was giving me Iceland Paul Oscar for Iceland. What was that, 97? It kind
Yeah,
of was like trying to give
97.
me that a little bit with the stage, but like for the Euphoria teens, but like
Would a
it
couch
wasn't.
have helped though? Would a couch really have
A
helped?
couch may have helped. I mean, they kind of just look like they were being a little heroin chic more than like dopamine rush.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, isn't dopamine like you're supposed to be like happy? Y'all
Yeah.
look like you've been taking downers. Like,
Yeah, and let me
yeah,
just say, the title "Dopamine Overdose," it feels purely decorative. Like
it feels
it didn't
childish.
like a teenager's poem,
Yeah.
potentially.
And here's the thing. I think if it went darker in tone and darker in staging, we would have something.
I agree.
There's just there's something there that like if it was like a little darker, it would work, but it's not, dark. It's very like it's
It's
giving
trying
me
to be a
Christian school
party
dance.
song, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's like
and the
don't.
choreography was not. It was not it. It was not hitting.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
want to just be talking ish the whole time about this song, but I'm really trying to remember some qualities about it that I enjoyed, but I'm struggling.
but that's the thing is I see potential again.
Mm,
Like with a lot of these, it's like I see potential. Like I see where this could go, but like
yeah.
it's giving me like full lights on. Like we don't want the kids grinding. Let's make sure the lights are on. Meanwhile, I'm
Mhm.
thinking about the one time I went to a school dance because I had to, and I'm seeing kids grinding. I'm seeing the kid in the wheelchair grinding. Like,
Okay, DMV area. Y'all go wild, I see.
yeah, I'm like, hey, let them get it. So I do like dopamine. Aria winning son. I do like dopamine overdose. It is between him and Red Flag Parade, but God, I do not want to hear Sweet Little Teriyaki.
The fact that teriyaki is even a lyric, just in general, is so bold. It's so challenging convention, I guess. It would just I wish he went the full 100 and challenged it the whole way and didn't send a song that just felt so predictable and frankly boring.
It's honestly hearing Sweet Like Teriyaki is just so distracting. I think
It's
it's
so
gonna be
distracting.
it's gonna be my like lyric of the year where I'm just like, did that really happen? Like,
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have like a lyric of the year award at Eurovision Fam.
were you
Where
the one who made? Did you make a video a few years ago like the worst blank of every like the worst X amount of seconds of every
Yeah,
song.
on my YouTube channel, that is basically dead in the water. But yes, the best 5 seconds and the worst 5 seconds of each song. I might do that again this year. Who knows? Because if this gets selected as the Czech song, then I might have a winner already.
Oh, I want to do a countdown now. I'm gonna maybe do that for my channel at the end of the season.
That'd be fun.
Like the top
Countdown.
10 worst lyrics.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do that.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
yeah, let's keep it moving though.
Okay, yeah, and then who do we have next?
Thomas Robin, Out of My Mind. Out of my mind.
I feel like
the incoherent lyric.
I feel like there was my issue with that.
It's the cute guy factor. Cute guy factor.
He was just kind of yelling a lot of the time.
Yeah,
so when we got to the end of the song, he was just yelling and yelling, and I'm just like, "You're not. There's no build here because you've already yelled for most of the song. Like, if we would have saved that, it would have been better."
Like I think as a song, it's okay, but the yelling and the fact that the yelling was not on key, just it didn't really meld well with also the fact that his performance just involved kind of like running in a Y fashion on like the apron of the stage. This was another one where I was kind of struggling to find like the crux of it, but I still thought the song was pretty good. I think it's at least in the upper half of these 7 songs wise. Aria. It's the definition of ellipsis. Fine.
So like Aria's hilarious. I've known Aria for a while in the Eurovision fandom here.
I mean, she's right though. I mean, is Aria she her? Like, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Aria's right though. Like it aside from this being just kind of like an EDM track with like 4 words in it doesn't hurt to listen to, but it also does nothing. It's not memorable. It doesn't give me the desire to go back and listen to it again. I see a lot of attention for this song now, but that's only because the guy's hot.
Is he though?
For the taste of a lot of the Euro fandom, I would say that this is the type that they go for. If you look at the type that the Euro fandom typically thirsts for, it is going to be a type that looks like his.
I mean,
and that's been a lot of the carry weight. That has been a lot of the carry weight I've seen for this song as it has gone past the national final. It is because of what he looks like visually and not the quality of the song itself.
I just like there was no build. If there was a build to it, it might like I could see it being like a what's that song? Heartbeat,
Justs, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of had a similar vibe to that, but at least Heartbeat had a build to it.
Mm-hmm. It had a build like and it dynamics.
Structure. It had dynamics. This was just like loud, and like I feel like if we even just tweaking the dynamics of this slightly would vastly improve the song. So again, it's one that has like potential.
Mm-hmm. That is a trend among all these Czech songs. It's just potential. Well, then again, honestly, I mean, like given the show that they were, like, given this venue and the mixing and everything, this probably was the best they could do. So, I mean, that is an important thing to keep in mind.
And it's like I feel like there's potential with like almost all of these. Like, and it's like I don't know, like ranking them feels weird. But like they all have potential, and that's the other thing. I feel like that's how the Czech national final usually goes for me. Everything has potential. There'll be like 1 or 2 songs that are like that's a clear winner. That one's good to go now, but all of them always have potential. I feel like, and that's part of the reason I like the Czech national final. I feel like because it's like I feel like even since the first time when they had the Airbnb and the little camera, it was like, oh, this is the clear winner. When it was like what Lana Del Rey that one time, the Lana Del Rey knockoff.
White and black holes.
Yeah, I'm like that's fine, but like, there was the one guy who had like kind of that gospel song. I love that one. I was like, that has potential there.
Yeah. What was his name?
I can't remember. You know, honestly, that's the first time I ever had a YouTube comment by the artist on one of the videos they put out. I was like, okay, I see you, man. And then the other one was like because that's the like friend of a friend one, right? And I called friend of a friend coming higher than people thought it was going to come. granted, I said top 10. I think it got 11th place or something overall. But I knew that song was gonna do way better than people thought it was.
Oh yeah, because Europe loves a
still
ringtone. Europe loves a good ringtone.
I like Friend of a Friend. I'll defend Friend of a Friend. And I feel like the Czech Republic does really well. Once they have a song selected, is giving it a visual identity that makes it easily recallable. Like you can remember what happened. Even with like that song with the woman taking off her shoes, you remember what that looks like. You know what I mean?
That song.
That first year they qualified, you remember the flowers. You remember like was it I Stand?
Yes. I Stand, yeah.
You remember what it looks like. My
Lie
turn.
to Me.
You remember
my
what
turn.
that looks like.
Yeah.
You remember Lie to Me. Like, you know what? I don't have any problem remembering what all of these songs look like. They know how to marry the visual with the song.
Like Lights Off, I feel like was the perfect marriage between the song and the visual. Like when it got to Eurovision, I feel like that was perfect.
Lights Off, Friend of a Friend. I know you don't.
Yeah,
like
no, I do agree that like visually it did match the sound of the song and
Vesna
the
last
vibe.
year.
Vesna.
The only one I can think of that did not have a strong visual identity, and this is why he did not qualify, was Benny Cristo.
Yeah.
If he would have had that visual identity, that song would have went through to the final.
Benny Cristo and Glow Sticks. Benny, still love you, man. Like,
I
it's
still
hard.
love Benny.
It's hard because Kimama, like that is still one of my favorite Eurovision songs of all time.
Oh, Kimama is a banger.
I'm really, really sad that I never got to compete. Like I am honestly really effing devastated that we didn't get to see that.
That's how I feel about oh my god, what's the name of the other one? The Dutch song from 2020. Why am I like blanking on the name?
Grow.
Oh god, Grow was goosebumps.
That is like literal poetry. I don't know a better written song in Eurovision than that one. I honestly think Grow is probably one of the best written songs ever put through the Eurovision Song Contest.
It's so good. And I'm like, and people were sleeping on it. And I was like, what is wrong with you guys? This is such a good song.
No, let them enjoy Arcade. I feel like there's two camps. But
I mean, we can have that conversation.
We can definitely have that conversation off the books.
I still don't understand why Arcade won. Y'all can tell me all you want. I don't see why that won.
I stand on Lili's side with this. If y'all can tell us why Arcade won, then please let us know, because it's still one of the most streamed Eurovision songs. It's still one of the most listened to, one of the most loved. We personally don't understand why.
I don't get it. And every time I see Duncan Lawrence, I'm like, where's my sunscreen? I'm thinking about him and I'm like, oh, here's my sunscreen. I've got some sunscreen right here.
You don't need no sunscreen today.
I know, but like when I see his face or think of him, I think of I need to put sunscreen on. That's just like, I don't know why. He just makes me want to put on sunscreen.
So I think that's it for Czechia, though, right?
Yeah, we're done with the Czech Republic.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's talk about. I guess we'll talk about what's happening in Germany, because
that's like a super short segment, you guys.
Yeah.
So Germany has changed the format of their national final.
Gonna have. Ich will zoom. Yeah, wait. Let me remember how to say letters in German. ESCZ, right? Yep. Ich will zoom ESC. I did learn German as a child. They're gonna be doing like a show where there's 15 acts. They'll be competing across 6 weeks. With like mentor, it's kind of giving the voice a little bit. I think, where we have like mentors of Conchita. We all love Conchita, and then Rhea Garvey, who's like this musician guy. If you watch like the European Free Concert Contest, which was fun the year it happened, I think 2020 it happened. It was fun. He won that. It was there. And they're gonna basically choose people to go through each week, and then in the end we will have another competitor for the national final. Which
it's such a confusing format.
I don't like the national final name. I don't like it. It's like bring back Unserlied. I would prefer Unserlied for Malmo. Unserlied for is such a great title.
It is. It's a staple. It was a good noteworthy and reliable national final to watch, generally.
Yeah, and like they had that title since like what, the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
And like no, and like every once in a while they would change it to something else, but like Eurovision Song Contest, das Deutsche Final 2024. Sorry, I don't know how to say 2024 in German. So I should say Zweisweg, Zweisweg, wir uns Zweisweg? Is that how you would say that? Georgios,
Nope.
tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't know how to say like dates. I can say like numbers. Oh no, it'd be Zwanzig. Why didn't it say Zweisweg? Zwanzig und right? Zwanzig, wir und Zwanzig, right? Georgios, you know. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Sorry. Woo!
And I would love to learn as well. What's interesting about this list, though, for Ich will Zoom esque or whatever we should call it, is that it's just first names. You notice that?
Yeah, I did. Okay, Georgios is hooking me up with it. Wait, is it? Zweitzel uns. Oh my gosh.
Does that have to be one word?
Yeah, it's German, baby. That's how German works. 2000. That's what I'm doing. I'm like doing 2020 instead of 1000. Thanks. Yeah. 2000 und wir. Wait. 2000 wir und 20. There we go.
Nice.
I did my best. I feel confident.
2024 is such a tongue twister in German. I never would have thought.
It's German. I mean, it's better than like count. Never ask me to count in French, in like metropolitan French. I refuse. If I'm counting in French, I count in Swiss French because it is so much easier. And I will stand
do that. Do that. It is so much easier to understand than the calculus you have to do to just say the number 98.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a tangent about language.
No, it's all good because this is an educational channel as well.
Yeah. But no, I think it's very much giving me like The Voice. It's like here are some people who have like sing kind of like as a side hustle or kind of sing but aren't really known, like or maybe more like studio musician type people or the backing vocalist type people. And here's a chance for them to kind of do their thing on stage.
And who knows? We might honestly have the German participant among all of these just first names.
Yeah. So I'm interested. I might watch a couple of episodes and then drop it. We'll see what happens, how busy I am.
All right.
I can always and I can turn it on and just listen to it. I don't have to like pay attention.
We can also just give you guys the highlights.
And then Peter Hadich says in Slovak, it's here's my issue with Slovak and a lot of Slavic languages. It's the double consonant sounds I don't know what to do with. So would that be like Zvatsviteri? Because I don't know. Do you use like the little thing at the end after the T? Does that like denounce it's a hard T sound? Like it doesn't like because it's like Slovak is a Slavic language, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be like Dvetsik. Oh no. Dvetsik. Dvadsjet. Dvetsik. Dvadsjet. Stree? I don't know. I'm lost. I'm sorry.
24 maybe?
I don't know.
Oh, thank you for giving us.
Now I'm like, I need to learn a Slavic language. I think that's what it is.
Do I smell burnt toast?
I think what I need to do is just like focus on learning like one Slavic language and how it functions, and it might be better.
Same, and I'll learn any of them except Polish.
Why? I heard Polish is probably one of the easier ones. So you don't
really?
Have to learn another. Because you don't have to learn like another alphabet.
Put me with Ukrainian or Serbian or one of those. One of the ones that are just a bit more melodic.
Okay, I don't know. I think I like the way Polish sounds. I like the way most languages sound. There's very few languages that go, ooh, I don't like that. The two of them that come to mind are both Germanic languages.
Danish and Dutch.
How did you know?
Speaking of beautiful languages, you guys, Estonia has one of the most beautiful languages in the world.
I said it. I think it should be illegal for Estonians to sing in anything but Estonian.
Yes, and I actually have we have a number of songs from Estonia this year that are in Estonian, and of course we have a bigger number that are in English, because that is just how ESCZ functions. So are we ready to move on to ESCZ, or are we still hanging on to Germany?
I'm done with Germany. I still love you, Germany. Approve my visa. But like, I don't. I'm done talking about their national final stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna find out how it goes.
We'll see what comes. So yeah, I didn't listen to anything from Estonia yet.
So
Like I actually
I listened through the songs, you guys. So with the time that we have, I'm going to list off the artists, and I guess maybe say a standout, or at least that I have picked up.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So, I think the way I'm going to list them is by saying the semifinal participants, and then I'm going to talk about the automatic qualifiers. So, the ones competing in the semifinal are 5 Minust and Pull Up with the song parentheses Nendest narkotikumidest e te ame parentheses cool midagi. I'm not giving that song a nickname. I'm going to force myself to repeat it word for word. We'll see how that goes.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
I do. I haven't touched any of the ones. I honestly am excited to hear what Estonia has, because I tend to like ESCZ.
Me too. Like ESCZ is just fun. It is the like winter joy to me. That's how you could tell like Christmas season is in full swing.
Oh gosh, I need to listen to the song still. I feel bad because it's like I just couldn't mentally do it yesterday. Because my voice was dead after like an hour of talking about the Czech Republic. Yeah. Let me see. I'm just looking at comments here. The best song ever. The best song to ever get sent to ESCZ. I don't care what anyone didn't even go to the semis, and I will never be over it. Oh my gosh, I can't read. It was the same year as Fire, and there was a song called Tunete Kel, and it was so amazing.
Yeah, what year was that, Aria? Do you remember what years that was? Because
was that 2021? It was the same year Fire.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I misread that, but okay. So that should be something that we should listen back through for research.
All right, let's see here. Name a bigger. Let's see here. This is the longest song title ever, about the one you were trying to read.
Yeah. Watch out, Lana Del Rey. They come in for your check. The longest titles ever.
Aria Winning Son, I'm hoping this is Ollie's year.
Aren't you hoping this is Ollie's year?
I haven't heard it yet. I'm excited though.
I'm going to continue the list.
Sorry.
So we also have Annette Weikma with the song Serotonin, Ansud with Vete Vaim, Cecilia with the song FOMO, Ewart and the Two Dragons with the song Hold Me Now, Inga with the song No Dog on a Leash, Ingmar with the song Dreaming, Laura with Here's Where I Draw the Line, Multicast and Edward Sundia with Oblivion, Ollie with My Friend, Peter Poder with Coravel, Silver Ustilo with the song Lately, Sofia Rubina with the song Be Good, Traffic with the song Wunderbar, Yona with I Don't Know About You, and that rounds out the semifinal participants for ESCZ.
I'm sorry, when you said Wunderbar,
that was awful. I'm sorry. I know that was so bad.
Just in my head went like, and maybe. I just went straight to Wonderwall. I am like, wow. What? The conditioning.
Wonderbar. But
Wonderbar.
Okay, so that's the semifinal participants, you guys. The ones who are automatically qualified are Brother Apollo with the song Bad Boy, Carlos Ucareda with Never Growing Up, Daniel Levi with the song Over the Moon, Nella Lise Vaikso with the song Kate Umberia, and Udo Sepp and Sarah Murray with the song Still Love. It's a very, very diverse lineup this year. Georgios, Laura with her bop. I don't even know what to call that song. It is so confusing. Like, I can't tell if it's pop. I can't tell if it's commercial. I can't tell if it's a ballad. I really don't know. I was so confused by that song. It's so confusing that I don't even have an opinion on it yet. Like, I don't even know how I feel about it. And that's different because usually if I'm confused by a song, I at least know how I feel about it. Laura,
I feel
once
like
again, has confused me, but you know what? She is the riddle.
I feel like
She is the riddle.
I feel like Laura is the queen of camp.
She is.
Like
She
I
absolutely
just
is.
I feel like Laura is like, I don't know, like
You
there's
wanna
something
play,
about her.
play.
Oh my god. There's something about her that gives me like
See you on Tuesday.
yes, it's very see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday. I totally get that vibe from her.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. Like it just
She's so iconic, and she's gonna keep coming back to SD Lowell / UMK until she wins Eurovision. It doesn't matter how many times she goes to Eurovision. That doesn't matter. She wants the trophy.
And then because I haven't heard anything yet, so I want your opinion on this comment Aria left as well. Other than Bad Boy, they picked some of the worst songs in Estee Lauder to be automatic qualifiers.
I also am kind of confused by the ones they selected to be automatic qualifiers. Not all of them, because a couple of them, I do want to say at least 2, I think are decent to good. But there are a number of them where I'm just like, oh, I'm a little confused by that. And I would not personally say that Bad Boy is in my list of ones that I would have personally had as an AQ. It just didn't strike me in the first 2.5 listens. And that is, yeah.
I need to get into the lore of Brother Apollo because, like, they've been on the Reddit since March of last year. Yeah. And I want to know. I'm curious.
Brother Apollo, by all means, correct me, educate me, show us that you are going to kill it on that SD Lao stage, because for being an AQ, there's a lot of hype for you guys.
All right. Lauren D, who in the world would send Laura to the finals? You know what? Take that back, Lauren D.
Take that back.
Because Laura shows up and she serves see you next Tuesday every single time you see her. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like there's just something about her that gives me like grand dam of like a drag. Like, oh, she would be such a great like drag mother. Just like I'm imagining her as someone's like drag mother. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh ma'am.
Yeah, let's get loud.
Like, or even not, it's just like there's something about her. Like that's just like I wonder. Like what could have been.
Like Verona.
Oh my gosh.
Well, one thing that's hilarious about the AQs though, and I'm gonna say this because it's really funny. So Nella Lise Vaikso, I would say, is so far a standout track to me, or like a standout artist with the track Kate Umburia for being like an AQ. What's hilarious to me though is that like this is such like a symphonic, theatrical, like pretty song, but it's the only one that I see with like an explicit lyric like thing on Spotify. It's so odd because it is like so orchestral and balladesque. And there are other songs that I think are just like a little bit more hard hitting or harsher. Yeah. But this one is like there's cussing in it.
Ooh, she said a swear word.
I found that fun. I found that honestly really fun.
I don't know, because it's like I want to know why Estee Lauder changed the structure to be like this semi of 15 and then a final where 5 songs automatically went through.
Yeah, it's very, how do we say, Eurovision 2004 of them.
Yeah.
And like this AQ thing, who was on the panel to have decided
I know, that's my other question. I'm like, what is happening there? Please explain.
Who was on the panel?
Please explain. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. They're like sitting here. So I think that's everything.
We're gonna be talking more about SD Lowell as we get more shows, as we listen to more of the songs, as we meld and like sit with them for a bit. That's gonna take us like these weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, wait, what? Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Petition to replace Moroccan oil as the main sponsor of Eurovision with Laura Plevadeta's body and hair collection. Please? She is the queen of marketing. Like that, the way that woman just showed up and is just like, ooh, Pantene, like they coming for your check. Laura.
I'm down with that, Laura. Like Laura is now the spot. Like you're just
I would so trust her to style me. Are you kidding? Like I feel like when it comes to picturing styling, she is a master of it. Just give her the right materials.
Yes. But yeah, because even like Verona, I'm not a fan of the song, but I loved her dress. She looks great.
Gorgeous dress.
She looked great.
No, it was
like
I just people would go to Kleinfeld and not even get a wedding dress that was that nice. So
exactly, it was just great work. But yeah, let's go ahead, and I think we're about done here for this week. We'll be back next week. We have I'll actually listen to Estee Lau, so I guess we can do like our top 3 or whatever.
And then next week too, we're supposed to have the Dutch song and the Slovenian artist.
Oh, is it the Dutch artist and the Slovenian artist? Are they giving us a song from the Netherlands already? I don't know. Now I'm like second guessing myself, but yeah, we'll have like the Dutch and Slovenian artists.
Yes.
Luxembourg's artists.
We're gonna find that out very shortly.
We'll talk about some fic because I've got some fic tea
that
I'm on right now. So don't forget to like
something really exciting with fic.
Because this week you'll be seeing some fic content. Oh, and we'll know which song won in the Czech Republic. Thank you, Peter. Love you.
The Czech song.
We'll actually know what the Czechs are going to be sending. So yeah, I'm excited. So thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this stream we have here, then don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment. Both of those things really help boost us so we can, continue to grow as a channel and as a team. And also subscribe, because it's cool if you subscribe, because you'll get the stuff. And if you're not already subscribed, like I said, we got some thick goodies coming for you this week on the channel. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again next Sunday. Hopefully I will wake up on time. And yeah, so
we're going to see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
I'm